Hey everyone, welcome back to OCD Recovery's YouTube channel, where today I'm going to talk about how I just hit my 5th anniversary of getting rid of one of my biggest compulsions and avoidance behaviors, and that is video games. I played pretty serious, not super competitive, but high-level Call of Duty for almost 10 years, to the point where I was playing 70 hours a week or more. That's no exaggeration, but there was not uncommon for me to play 18 to 24 hours straight. There were times I'd play for over 24 hours straight without sleeping. It was really bad. It stole a lot of time from my life. Remember back in the day, if you guys played Call of Duty, it would have the days, your amount of days played. I mean, I've at least played probably 2 to 4 years of my life in Call of Duty minimum. Like, it's a really wild and sad thing to talk about. And when I was playing video games, my OCD, even though it was so bad, it was right around the time I did not want to be here anymore for a long time. I wanted to die for a while. And with the mental hospital, which almost destroyed my relationship, why I gave up video games, why I'm not against video games, why it was important for me to get rid of them. But I do think it's important that we talk about what video games do for most people, which is steal time, because most people do have a hard time balancing them. People will go back and forth from playing games on their phone to playing video games on consoles or iPads and little PlayStation pads and stuff like that. So before I go any further, please subscribe, hit that like button down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Again, that is Phil at OCDrecovery.com. So on May 4th, may the 4th be with you, of 2020, I gave away my video games to my neighbor. They were car people, so they were outside. He was on the driveway working on his car. And I just went up to him and I was like, here, take my PC, take my computer. I can't play this anymore and I can't work on it. And I can't do anything. And he was really confused because it was a couple $1,000 for the PC plus the monitor, the Asus monitor. And he said, do you want me to give you anything for this? And I said, no, I just don't want it in my house anymore. And it doesn't mean I've never played a video game on my phone ever again. Like, I will play the free poker app from time to time. I'll go through spurts. Maybe I play like 30 minutes to an hour, a few times a week, and then I won't play it for like 9 months or something like that. Because I have a good idea now of but I always get everything else in my life done. I get my content done. I get all my work done, spend time with my wife. I'm not taking away things in my life to play video games because I think it's a really bad habit. And when I put those video games away or gave them to him, my anxiety and my sensory motor, my body dysmorphia, my fears of rejection got horrendous. Absolutely horrendous, because I had a 70-hour a week, 50-hour a week minimum. Like 50 was a low end. And then I took that away. And I had to just feel and experience all my anxiety and all my sensations. At the time, it was really bad I was just getting over the fears of blinking, saliva and swallowing were about to be latched. They just got latched them for a while. Body dysmorphia didn't get really bad until the end of 2020 and all of 21 and early 22. And but it made everything go absolutely haywire. So this is why I talk about, what happens when you cut your major compulsions and your avoidance behaviors. And it's very hard to understand that unless you're an OCD sufferer. Because I've had people say to me, well, what's a big problem with video games? I said, video games was just, that wasn't the problem. It could have been anything. It could have been adult websites, which I stopped 3.5 years ago. Smoking, nicotine. I smoked a lot of nicotine, but I still smoke cigars here and there and smoke cigarettes when I go out from time to time, but it's not an everyday thing. And anything can become a problem like that. I have many people who take, 20 or 30 pouches of Zins a day, nicotine pouches, and those are $11 or $12 a can, depending on where they live. I have people that smoke vape, blow clouds all day long, people that smoke dab pens all day with marijuana. I mean, it could be anything: drinking, prostitution, hard drugs, alcohol, anything you're doing to take away the feeling of your OCD. But I didn't want to live like that anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. Even though I took that away on May 4th, for an example, I didn't stop watching adult websites till January 21 of 2022. So that's, 17 months later? So I still had all sorts of compulsions in there. And then some of my body dysmorphia compulsions still lasted a little bit longer after that. I didn't, do them a whole lot, but I still did them a little bit. I did compulsions up until about 3 years after meeting Rob, to some degree, even tiny ones. So it takes a while. Not everyone takes 3 years to cut it. A lot of people it does. How many people are still performing compulsions and avoidance behaviors to some degree 12 months after their first call? Probably 80%, if I had to say, maybe even more. How many people have all their compulsions and avoidance behaviors completely cut down after 6 months in? Less than 1%. 0.5% if you're lucky. I work with enough people. I have enough data pool to really know, working all over the world with 80 different countries or whatever. So, it just, different, 1, 2 people, 2, like two people I can think of, two girls. Yep, two girls that I could confidently say got basically all their compulsions cut within 6 months. And it was such a rarity. I've never seen anything like it. And they both felt a lot of physical symptoms. But anyway, the thing about video games that you got to be careful about is, let's use a strong example. I'm not saying you don't go for your goals in life. But let's say you make millions of dollars being a Minecraft streamer. The problem with that is you can make millions of dollars, but you're still living your life in this virtual reality that can really have a lot of cons with connection with people. I know if I was talking to a Minecraft person, they would say, like, I have $12 million in my bank account and you don't, so why would I listen to you? So I think it's a really good point. But I do think it's something to just be aware of. But most people, it's taking away time that you could be working on recovery. You know, taking away the time you could be reading the books, working on exposures, building connections. I mean, we have a really big problem with people under 30 years old with intimate connection. Social anxiety is off the chart. People not being able to hold a conversation. People not being able to hold any eye contact. And no, not that you're going to be able to hold eye contact. Even I look away, even someone like myself who has no problems with social anxiety. I mean, I find myself looking around. The perfection is what gets people into trouble. But I didn't want to live my life like that. And the benefits I got, let's transition into that. The benefits I got from getting rid of my video games was, you know, after a long time of building it on my side, a couple of years, improve relationship aspects with my wife. That's all intimacy, connection, sex, communication, everything. And decreasing adult websites and video games and me working at it into making it, you know, spicing up life. I would say our sex life is probably better than most, but we work at that and it's important to me. And I think it's important to a lot of people. I work with a couple hundred people that are like, oh, my sex life sucks. And I'm like, what do you do? Well, they come home from work and I play video games or I play on my iPad and, you know, and I smoke my vape. It's like, it's a fucking nightmare. We're looking in the wrong directions. My lust for life, hiking, golfing, exercising, going to music festivals, trying new things, working long hours has all improved. It's not all great all the time. And, you know, there's ups and downs in life when it comes to, you're going to sometimes get to the gym and you could love the gym like I do. Some days you show up and just be like, you know, it is what it is. Not really, you know, not feeling it today, but you still work out. I had 2 days like that, today and yesterday, because I've been working long hours at night. So, you know, if I work till 8 or 9 o'clock at night, which is not super uncommon for me, and I usually wake up at 4:30 or 4. Once I'm at the gym, it's good. It's getting there. You know, I have to get myself there, but it's not always like, yeah, let's go. But my lust for life and my involvement in life has improved dramatically because of that. And I would say my just ability to interact with people has increased exponentially because I'm not getting this fake communication through the video games. I want to live life out in the real world and talk to people and communicate with humans. So getting rid of video games was an extremely tough thing for me. There are many people who do this. It's not just me. And look again, whatever that may be. Could be vaping all day. Could be nicotine pouches all day. Could be adult websites for hours every day. I mean, could be cheating, prostitution. Could be alcohol. Could be hard drugs. Could be anything that's not really leading your life in a productive manner. You don't have to be productive all the time. I mean, there's nothing, you hear people, you have to be productive all the time, and that's irrational in its own way. But the benefits from this have been amazing. So thank you again for watching. Just please take a think about some of these things yourself. Please don't sit in silence. We can help you. We work all over the world. Translator calls if needed. Phil at OCDrecovery.com. Hope to hear from you soon. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.